let's talk about your fencing journey. So how did you first get interested in fencing?
My grandmother gets sick, and my Taiwanese grandmother, and so with my whole family, we had to get back in Taiwan, and near the hospital, the Taoyuan hospital, where was a high school called Yongfeng Gaozong, and they actually were a fencing team and a fencing class. The coach there was Chen Jiaolian. She said, okay, if he can handle the training, like our training is not like in Europe, it's much more tougher. So you can join if you want, but will you stay? It was a mix of feeling like maybe knowing my grandmother was about to die, and also like in a way wanted to like integrate this group of young Taiwanese fencers. Even if it was like very tough, I was like, okay, I want to be in that fencing group. So I continued to train. The system in France is more about like fencing clubs. So you get like the kids to play, and you directly get the sword, and you have that battle thing who you get. It's like a game, you know. But when the first time like I doing the training in Taiwan, it was much more about like footwork, how doing straight, how can I be explosive.
And then so just naturally from there, you just started to compete at higher and higher levels.
Yeah, but it was in France, and like every summer and every time I go to Taiwan, I return to this like Yongfeng classes. It was my Taiwanese moment, so like I really enjoyed it, and like the link between fencing and Taiwan was really deep, because other than this fencing class, I have my family, but this was the only link I had with Taiwan.
Where your fencing journey started, and then you go on to represent Team France or compete for France. Yeah. And then what made you want to switch to compete for Team Taiwan?
When I finished like my juniors years, so juniors years is like under 20, I had an injuries, and I was like, what does this mean to me? Like what fencing means to me? Why am I training? What the point of everything? Of this training, and thinking deeply, I was like, yeah, I think fencing is not about me, it's about me and Taiwan. So it makes much more sense for me to represent Taiwan than France. You know, France have like already a lot of champions and a lot of like system and structure. Taiwan doesn't have this. So I was like, maybe I can help Taiwan to like build a high-level fencing group and movement, you know.
Mm-hmm. And you touched on it a little bit earlier, but how does the approach to fencing, like the training, the environment, differ between France and Taiwan?
In Taiwan, you have like middle school, college, high school with fencing classes, which you don't have this at all in France, you know. The big difference is like fencing is a kind of hobby and a pleasure in France. And if you are good, you're becoming a professional, which in Taiwan is weirdly another way of thinking. It's like you're training as hard as you can when you're a little child, and when you're grown, like maybe you're not that good at it, so maybe you will like do something else, don't know, be a coach, open a shop, I don't know. So I think the big difference and what like I see the difference of culture and organization. It's, yeah.
So why do you think that happens, that people kind of stop after high school? Is the resources not enough, or?
I think like when you are like you are in middle school and in high school, you're not really thinking about what you're not going to do after that. And when they realize like, I don't really can use fencing to eat and to live and to earn money. I need to go somewhere else, you know. It kind of broke my heart. I have the chance to be like to be close to the French system, to know, like, to have the opportunity to be surrounded by high-level athletes and coaches, and these guys don't have this. Maybe if like I can bring my ideas and my performance to them, I can make it the system a little bit better.
And what has your experience been like so far representing Taiwan?
I think they have both sides. First, it makes me like very proud of like what I'm doing, and also it makes me like being through a lot of great experiences. But of course, you have the side of when you're the first one to clear the path. It's like you go to a total unknown way. So it's everything is brand new for me, like how you earn money from fencing, how you make results, how you being perform. Being a pro athlete has been like very new to me actually. Like I think it's because I was doing other things before, and like I'm doing this seriously like for like a couple of years only.
Let's talk a little bit about identity. So being half Taiwanese and half French, did you face any challenges growing up that were tied to being part of two cultures?
Yeah, but I think like fencing is really part of my Taiwanese side. Like I never felt more Taiwanese than when I wear my fencing jacket for Taiwan, you know. The first reason why I'm fencing for Taiwan is like it built my identity, which is so every mixed and foreign Taiwanese have this problem of how can you define yourself as Taiwanese, and I think I choose the path of being an athlete for Taiwan.
And do you feel like it's given you kind of a unique perspective or advantage in competition or training, having this bicultural background?
I have the knowledge of like French fencing, which is like a really traditional sport in France. But you have like, you need to have something else when you are like doing competition, high-level competition. You need to have something else in you, like to push you, you know. And I think like to put Taiwan in the first scene, like when I'm fencing in like international competition, I'm kind of fencing for all Taiwanese. Like it's kind of have that feeling, you know, like it's like a duty, like a mission.
Yeah, I can imagine you feel a lot of pride in that. And you did say earlier about how, you know, France has a rich history and celebration of fencing in France, and it's France's most successful sport in the Olympics, along with cycling. Mm-hmm. How do you hope to contribute to the growth of visibility of fencing here in Taiwan?
The visibility in sports only came with results. So like so far I have, in my targets, I have the next Asian Games and the next Olympic Games, which I want to get a medal to.
And let's talk a little bit about your training and kind of reflections looking back. Mm-hmm. What's been the most memorable moment of your fencing journey so far?
I was in the Grand Prix of Doha, and I broke my own record doing top 16, and it was like the national record for Taiwan. Like, so it was like, a very satisfied moment, because I was like fixing it as an objective for the season. But when you're doing it, there is something like a relief, and like you can't imagine yourself till you've done it, you know. And it was also very fun because we have like a problem of the organization of the hotel, and I had to sleep like on the floor.
Oh no!
Yeah, and the whole competition was a mess, and I was very proud of myself, like to have like organized myself to say, okay, I need to focus on the competition, and
it didn't get in your way.
Yeah.
Good work. And do you have any kind of rituals or routines before a match, like to get you in the zone?
Yeah, of course. I have like kind of ritual how I wear my clothes, and maybe before match I will watch my gloves, or you have like plenty of stuff. Everything is routine actually. Like from like the basic warm-up to like the first matches and how you eat, how you drink, everything is like made as a ritual to make it smoother and make you like less think about other things than your competition.
So when it comes to competing in really high stake competitions, how do you handle the pressure?
I think like you always have the pressure when you come to competition because it's important for you, you know. All the routine you talked earlier, it's like to make this pressure maybe like you accept it. When you're a sports athlete, it's all this mental training is for like, okay, I'm afraid, I have pressure, but it's here and
take it in your stride. And talking about the Paris Olympics, Hong Kong won a gold Olympic medal in women's fencing. Did you watch it?
Yes, of course I watched it. It was against Oriane Malo. And Oriane Malo is actually from Lyon, which I'm also from.
Where you're from, yeah. What did you think? Because people often try and compare Hong Kong with Taiwan. So
I think like maybe Taiwan need to watch a little bit more Hong Kong because Hong Kong is like putting a lot of effort to make the result in fencing. I think if Viviane won this Olympics, it's like a really long journey, you know. I think she was on the circuit like maybe for 10 years at least, and it's the same for the whole Hong Kongese team. If you want that kind of result, you need to have support of your federation, your government, sponsors, and if the whole system managed like to put you in a good environment, then the result will come naturally. Like Viviane winning the Olympics, it's like kind of normal, you know, because of course she's talented, but she had a whole support for several years, and it's like a result of continuity. Yeah.
And looking ahead to the 2028 Olympics, can we expect to see you competing there?
Of course, all my life meaning is to like get a medal for Taiwan is in the 2020 Olympics. So I definitely will be there.
Well, I can't wait to see you there. Thank you so much for speaking to us today.
Thank you.